Hi, I'm Ankit Vengurlekar and this is the 1-month long-term review of the Ford Ecosport Petrol Automatic, or in one simple line, why you should just shut up and pay money for this beast. So the Ford Ecosport set out to set a gold standard in sub-4 meter compact SUVs way back in 2013. Before Mahindra's TUV 300, before Tata's Nexon, before Maruti Suzuki's Vitara, and of course before Honda's WRV and so many other new hatchlings of every other car company, the Ecosport told everybody how compact SUVs are supposed to be done. The new facelifted Ecosport has been on the streets for about 5-6 months. I'm sure you're now familiar with this big, bold, hexagonal grille that has been borrowed or inspired from the Bade Bhaiya Ford Endeavour. It now looks bigger, chunkier, sportier and has a much better road presence than the previous one. Don't get me wrong, the previous one also had really breakthrough fresh design, and the fact is, even today if you buy a second-hand Ford Ecosport that's 5 or 4 years old, it still manages to look fresh because of its straight-line classic design elements. What's also brand new and fresh is what's under the hood. A brand new 1.5-litre Dragon 3-cylinder engine mated with 121 brake horsepower and close to 180 Newton meters of torque, making this the juiciest and the punchiest and the most powerful in terms of displacement engine in the sub-4 meter compact SUV class. If you're in the market for a petrol automatic, your only other competitor or option is the Tata Nexon, which is a 1.2-litre petrol engine. There's of course a world of a difference between the automatic transmission in Nexon and in the Ecosport. Nexon employs something called the AMT, which is basically clutchless manual transmission, and this employs something called a torque converter unit, wherein the power is much more seamless, the power delivery is fantastic, and there's literally no head nod. In the Nexon, you're literally like this between gear changes and you can feel them. The gear change here is imperceptible. Enough jabbering, let's hit the road and get behind the wheel. The Ecosport is made for you to sit in the driver's seat and enjoy it. Don't believe anybody else who tells you otherwise. Of course, it's now got a better improved seat and better rear passenger seat, but nah, this is the place to be. I absolutely love the cabin of the Ford Ecosport. It used to be functional, now it is super feature-rich as well. There's a brand new steering wheel, a brand new floating 8-inch touchscreen Sync 3 enabled infotainment system. It just feels like a nice premium cabin for the class. I like the way the NVH levels have been handled. It's a nice insulated-ish cabin. Of course, at high speeds, road noise does travel into the cabin. But what makes this a phenomenally enjoyable ride is the incredible music system. The speakers are really well calibrated, good amount of bass, treble, mids, highs, lows, and oh my god, among every other car in this segment, and in fact even above this, even the Hyundai Creta does not have such a good touchscreen infotainment system. Maybe it's a simple point, but I really appreciate the seating position considering I've been driving a sedan my entire life. I love how you get a great view of the road. It's such a roomy cabin because of big glass windows everywhere. And of course, not in this version, but there is another variant of the Ford Ecosport now that also comes with a sunroof, making it even roomier. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate driving an automatic. It's been about 3 years that I've gone automatic, and I really can't get my head around folks or people who just don't drive an automatic. I mean, what do you want to prove? That you are man enough to drive a stick shift? I mean, whatever little mileage you might lose, which also is negligible. Now, the Ecosport is, according to me, strictly a 4-person SUV. Of course, people will call this a 5-seater, But nah, this is not a 5-seater. The Nexon is a 5-seater. The TUV 300 is a 5-seater. Not this. 2 full-grown adults in the back and 2 in the front. Remember when I told you that for 5 years, Ford has not just been selling EcoSports, but they've also been listening to Indian customers. There are so many places that I can keep my chiller or change for tolls, all the toll receipts, which frankly should be banned along with single-use plastic. It's just a ridiculous waste of paper. Nice, thoughtful touches, like right here is where I can keep my glasses. The point is this: the more time I've spent with the Ford EcoSport, and I've spent close to 31 days with this, you get so used to it, you get so comfortable around it, it just becomes an extension of yourself. The EcoSport Automatic comes in 2 variants. The Titanium Plus, which is the fully loaded one, which has an ex-showroom price of 11.36 lakhs in Mumbai. And then there is the Trend Plus Automatic, which doesn't have the 17-inch alloys or the 8-inch touchscreen floating infotainment system, but still packs in the same engine, same amount of space, and that gets an ex-showroom price of 9.76 lakhs. The point is, whichever model you choose, the Ford EcoSport Petrol Automatic of 2018 is a trusted SUV, and I highly recommend this over any other competitor in the segment. The level of refinement, the amount of features, and just driving comfort and after-sales service support, that gives incredible peace of mind. Hats off to Ford for keeping the legacy alive with such a refined car.